President Bongbong Marcos criticizes China anew for its illegal activities in the South China Sea at the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Summit and related summits in Malaysia. He also uses the summits as a platform to inform leaders of the harassment faced by Filipinos in the region. During his intervention at the Asean-US Summit on Sunday, October 26, Marcos expresses deep concern over the dangerous maneuvers and coercive actions that interfere with legitimate Philippine activities in the West Philippine Sea. A copy of Marcos's intervention speech was provided to reporters only on Monday, October 27. Throughout his intervention speech, Marcos does not identify a specific country. However, a source confirms that the president was referring to China. The source refused to be identified for lack of authority to discuss issues related to the South China Sea. Only China Coast Guard and Chinese maritime militia vessels have engaged in aggressive maneuvers in the West Philippine Sea. China's actions have resulted in injuries among personnel of the Philippine Coast Guard and the military. It also resulted in the loss of income for Filipinos who are unable to conduct fishing activities in their traditional fishing grounds. Marcos tells ASEAN leaders and U.S. President Donald Trump that these actions violate international law, particularly the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. For the first time, Marcos himself denounces China's move to establish the so-called nature reserve status over Scarborough Shoal last month. In September, Manila filed a diplomatic protest against Beijing's illegitimate and unlawful action. These incidents notwithstanding, Marcos says the Philippines will continue to remain firm in its commitment to the full implementation of the Declaration on the Conduct of Parties in the South China Sea. According to the president, the Philippines also wants parties to achieve productive negotiations toward a code of conduct that is effective, substantive, and consistent with international law, particularly UNCLOS. In 2016, the Permanent Court of Arbitration upheld the Philippines' sovereign rights to fish and exploit resources within its exclusive economic zone. The International Tribunal rejected China's sweeping claims over practically the entire South China Sea.